Art dealer William V. Bill Obrien Jr., who reestablished and relocated the Obrien Art Emporium from Chicago to the Valley of the Sun in 1953, is remembered as a gentleman, scholar, art connoisseur, preacher, and an honest man. Both his father and grandfather were art dealers in Chicago, where the Emporium was founded in 1855 by Martin J. Obrien. The records of this oldest family-owned and operated gallery in the United States have been recorded in the Smithsonian Institution's Archives of American Art. The third generation Obrien, Bill Jr., took over operation of the Chicago Gallery in 1926 at a time of change in the Windy City. Gone were the days of the great homes and estates that called for large Dutch and Italian masterpieces. The Great Depression hit, apartments sprang up, and the international art market was shut off with Hitler's invasion of Poland starting World War II. In 1941, Bill Obrien closed the doors of the Chicago Gallery forever, vowing never to open another. From the early 1940s through 1952, he pursued a career in advertising, public relations, and merchandising. Upon first moving to Arizona, he opened a gallery in north central Phoenix. Then, in 1956, against the advice of friends and business colleagues, he built the Art Emporium in Scottsdale at 7122 Stetson Drive. People would ask, "Bill, why in heaven's name are you building way out there?" said his wife Gwen. "We were the only commercial gallery. We built in the middle of a citrus grove on Stetson." Bill said that if he had good art, the collectors would come. Bill did learn that seascapes were not popular with local collectors. What they did prefer were cowboys, Indians, and desert landscapes. Bill established a roster of artists that produced good art, such as R. Brownell McGrew, Stan Ekman of Scottsdale, John Clymer, Charlie Dye, Walter Chapman, Frank DeMatteis, Jack Dudley, Tom Hill, Barbara Lutby Hill, Stanislaus J. Sowinski, D. Allenson Spencer, and Paul Strisik. Perhaps his greatest discovery was Brownie McGrew, whom he first met in April of 1956 before opening the Scottsdale Gallery that December. It wasn't until 1960 that the first of Bill's wow letters reached artist McGrew, who by then had started painting everyday scenes of the Navajo and Hopi Indians, such as the famous In the Wagon, which brought the artist his first $1,000 check. The McGrew paintings became much in demand, and the relationship between artist and gallery owner continued for more than 20 years, with Bill nurturing Brownie's career through frequent letters of encouragement. In March of 1973, collectors waited hours in a long line for O'Brien's to open its doors at a three-man preview show of works by John Clymer, Charlie Dye, and Brownie McGrew. Within 15 minutes of the gallery's opening, collectors had purchased a record $156,000 in paintings. Our honoree was known for his integrity to both his artists and his clients. His clients knew that when they purchased a painting from him, they were getting a fine piece of artwork. By the same token, Bill was always willing to help those who were starting in the business as dealers. In addition, he was a respected appraiser and wheeler and dealer. "He gave us the avenue to come to the West and gave me the window to show what I could do," said former commercial artist and watercolorist Stan Ekman. "Bill challenged me to become a better artist, and the works that I produce today are the result of his interest in me and my paintings." On a lighter side, he was touched by Irish wit. When present gallery owner Bill Dickerson was interviewed by the Irishman for a position at the gallery, he came out wearing the brightest of green trousers. "Are you Irish?" Obrien asked. "No," Dickerson replied, "but I have always been partial to green trousers." And that, as you know, was the beginning of an association of mutual trust and love that lasted from that day until Bill O'Brien's death in 1979. A Scottsdale Rotarian, Bill helped put Scottsdale on the map internationally with his sales to collectors. He also gave back to the community through his art talks and jurying of student shows at both the Scottsdale Boys Clubs and Scottsdale Girls Clubs, which were separate organizations at the time. His generosity also extended to donating artworks to numerous charities for fundraising auctions. One of his last dreams was to complete his memoirs, which he titled Ah, Sweet Mystery of Art. Most people think that there is a mystery of art, said Gwen Obrien, but art is communication, Bill would say, and you should buy what you like and you will get the pleasure out of it, not based on how well known the artist is. Tonight we honor, posthumously, this gentleman, scholar, connoisseur of art, friend and husband, father of Pat Obrien, stepfather of Sandra and Leighton, and grandfather of Mike, Andy, and Becky Obrien, and Douglas Sawyer, with a Scottsdale History Hall of Fame Award, William Vincent Obrien.